Well, all right, my friends, welcome to Once Upon a Pipe. This late afternoon, early evening, I find myself at Wellington Park here in Lexington, and I'm hoping to get to a quiet enough spot, which I don't think is going to happen. So I'm walking around because I have New Circle Road just a couple hundred yards from me, and the foliage on the trees is quite bare, so there's not really much blocking the sound, and I'm hoping and praying that this audio is gonna turn out okay. It's a little messy out here on this little trail today because we have had a wet January, and that means things are just a little bit on the messy side. The good news is that means that the creek actually has some water in it. All right. Get to a nice spot to set up here. The things I wanted to talk about today was some simple, very, very simple pipe accessories to keep with you when you're out and about. A situation like this. Things that I wish that I had as a young pipe enthusiast, young hobbyist, and these things I didn't even know about until a few years ago, quite honestly. At least one of them, and I don't know, just would have made a lot more sense if I'd known on the front end of doing this hobby, just some good things. So thankfully there are places to go online like the YTPC, various sites, forums that can help a young piper out, or someone that's just getting started into this. But without that, back in the day, if you didn't know, you didn't know. Wasn't like there were a lot of pipe magazines that I had access to back when I was a young soldier at Fort Carson. I'd go to the pipe shop in the mall at Colorado Springs, and I'd buy a pipe. And by the way, that's where this pipe comes from. This is a La Roca, and I've had this pipe since I was 19 years old. That's right. 19 years old, 1989, and that's when I got this pipe. So just simple stuff that is helpful to have as you are out and about. First thing I want to show you is something that I found on a website called NorthwestGentleman.com. Again, that's NorthwestGentleman.com. But before I do that, let me put something in this pipe we're smoking. How about some Casey Jones? Got this in February of 2019, and it still feels really, really good. Just going to put a little bit in here to help get us started. It's a little bit moist. I'm surprised it's still that moist, man. Back was almost 2 years old, and it's quite moist. Look inside there. I don't know if that's going to show it very well, but that is very moist. Now, I normally leave a pouch or something in my vest pocket. So as a new piper, always carry some tobacco with you wherever you go. And oftentimes I'll actually carry in my truck and some extra tobacco, basically just in case I meet someone, want to trade or leave them with something. That's just a nice thing to do. Let me so I can get this lit. I think it's going to work. All right, getting back to Northwest Gentleman. Right here. This is a portable, you could call it ashtray. It's not really ashtray, I don't like that word, but I've got a couple things in here, and it's just tied on with a very simple leather string. But what I like about it, as I unroll this, all right, I got my pipe tampers in there, if you can see that, and my little pipe nail. So that's what I keep inside. And I can use my nail as a tamper. I've got another tamper that just happens to fit quite well inside this roll. There we go. And I got some pipe cleaners. So here you go. Very, very, very simple. All you do, take your corners, snap them together. So I'm going to snap this one. Snap. 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 And snap. This is now transformed into a wonderful little pipe bowl. Now, if I'm out here amongst nature and other things, I've got some place to put all my pipe stuff. You know, I've got my cleaners. I've got a tamper. This is something I carry in my vest as well, and that's another item as a young piper or someone that's new to this hobby. Carry a simple little tamper. Helps keep things neat, makes your burn more even, and a more pleasurable experience. Never, ever, ever used a tamper until, I don't know, it was several years ago. Of course, for me, several years ago, could be 10, 15 years ago, but nonetheless, use a tamper. Make sure you have that with you. This little tray from northwestgentleman.com, a great addition to have with you. And I'll tell you another thing I like about this. I can set it in my truck, which I'll do when I get back. Set it in my truck, and I actually have a place to put my pipe if ashes spill out of it or whatever. It's not getting all over my truck and into the little pockets and cup holders or wherever else I might throw it. It gets right in here, and all I do is just, hey, shake it out, and I'm done. So it keeps everything nice and neat. The next thing I'm going to say is quite the obvious, and maybe it really doesn't even need mention. But if you're out there new to this hobby, I always make sure you got extra fire. You know, I've got one lighter in my pocket, in my vest. I've got another lighter in my pants pocket. I've got several lighters in my truck. So I can only use one at a time, right? Why do I need all of those lighters? Okay, I carry a couple Bics with me. Soft flame gets the job done. Doesn't look as good as a pipe lighter, right? Not quite as fancy, but nonetheless, it works and it's very effective and it works well. And I rarely ever have a problem with my Bic. But let's say you come upon somebody, in the rare chance that you're going to be another piper and their lighter may not be working or whatever, and you want to, you're just meeting them, then you're going to be going your different ways. You might be like me, where you travel on a motorcycle or out hiking, and it's something you can pass along. Hey, your lighter's not working. Here you go. Just keep this. Take this with you to get you by. So having something that you can share with other people, I think is good. It goes a long way in this world. Do something nice. So make sure you have plenty of fire. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you is really helps if you're inside, but it's just a little scraper. Sometimes I use an old business card or credit card or whatever, but if you're like me and you're sitting around the table or wherever and you're putting your tobacco in your pipe and stuff spills out, and you generally end up trying to get it with your hand and pinch all those little pieces up, and I'm too cheap to throw anything away, I like to take this scraper, and what I'll do is I scrape it up like this, also when I'm mixing tobacco, and that's another reason I like this bowl. Let me hold this up. I can put my tobacco in here and mix it, and instead of getting it on the table or wherever I am, use my little card. I can scrape it. Keeps everything nice, neat, and clean. This can fit in your wallet, and you probably already have cards in there in your wallet that you may be able to use. This is just one. It's actually was a gate key, and it doesn't work anymore because it's expired. So I just keep it with me, put it in my vest. Not everybody likes vests, but I tell you why I like vests with pockets. The left side of my vest is reserved for all of my pipe items. Man, that Casey Jones is working quite nicely, guys. That is definitely doing the job. No relight required. I just did the char light, and that seems to be sufficient. The left side of my vest, I keep my tobacco in my inside pocket here. That's where my Casey Jones is. And then in my left pocket on the outside, I keep a tamper, and I keep another tamper. Again, I've got stuff to give away if I need to. If someone doesn't have a lighter, here's a lighter. You don't have a tamper, here's a tamper. These things are little cheap wooden dowels that I get at Hobby Lobby. So if I buy a 24-inch stick or 36-inch stick, I could cut that up and make several of these little ones. And this one I just happen to draw on. I did this with my kids, but you can see it says joy, and hey, there's the good old once upon a pipe. It's written upside down, but I've got this was done in 2016, and this is one that I might hand to somebody, because I can say, hey, it was nice to meet you. Here's my YouTube channel, Once Upon a Pipe, and if you want to stay in touch with me, here's my email address. So it's almost like a business card, isn't it? And I can leave them with that. Pipe cleaners. Never really use pipe cleaners too much. when I was younger. But these are very simple. And I just have a couple in this little leather roll-up accessory. That's really all I need. I'll smoke this pipe. I'll be able to clean it with my pipe cleaner. And the thing I like about it is that they really fit nicely inside there. So I hope this is helpful, especially to someone new in this hobby. You know, what should I get, or any recommendations? You don't want to spend a lot of money, but this is very simple. I think the little leather roll-up was $30 at Northwest Gentleman. This little pipe tamper nail, I have no idea where I got it from. It didn't really cost anything. The pipe tampers you can make, which I made this one and that other one, and you're on the road. The lighters, you can go with a nice pipe lighter like this that'll get the job done, or a simple Bic, but carry extra fire, carry pipe tampers, carry pipe cleaners, and obviously your pipe and some tobacco, even extra tobacco, something that you can give away. Well, that's it. From out here, the sun is setting. It's getting colder, and my knees are hurting just a little bit, so I'm going to get off the ground here. I greatly appreciate you tuning in to Once Upon a Pipe, and I look forward to seeing you the next time.